All right, playing my teammate Dunner. Gonna do some more with the 88 account. Maybe we'll pick up some of the holes that we're looking for here. Really want to take this, and I have one bag at my disposal. So I'm gonna take a katana. How many kingmakers do we have in this account? I don't want to use up all of Kyle's, though he's got 5 packs. I can use up some of his stuff. Kyle uses this as his practice account, and I don't want to use up all of his good stuff. Where's the red line? Right at the red line. 1.5 top spin. Let's see if that's too much. I think if you're right at your red line, that's 1 ring. I'll have to snap this off. And I hit it 700 rings. I got a little lag right there when I was doing the deal. It may end up in the rough. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. I definitely like taking that more with the rock. You're a little bit farther back from the red line with the rock because you can swing it around a little bit. You're more like in the area that you're at right there, and you can put on about 3 topspin. It's much easier. If you've got a rock or a QB, I would definitely think about coming in here with a rock or a QB to get in that area because of the ball guide. You'll have a much more consistent landing area. And then if you're in the fairway right up there, it's literally you're in minimum short iron with a 10% wind adjustment right to the cup, and this is a super makeable hole. He's going to try the hook. I'm curious to see if this can get on. Get up there and get on. That would be awesome if that shot gets on. Needs to go out just a little bit. I wish we could go back to the tee box and try that again. That looked awesome, Dunner. We get back on this hole. I'm going to try that shot out. Why not? Okay, from this distance, wind is going to play a factor. I'm going to go right on the edge, the outside of that cup. Try and hit this perfect. Hitting it perfect. In the hole. From that spot with the wind the way it was, I could have hit a great to the left or a perfect and it went in. If the wind didn't play that big of a factor, I could have hit a perfect and a great to the right. So I was trying to give myself 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Sometimes you're in those areas where you're not really sure how much the wind's going to affect it. Now, I will tell you, I stretch that. One of the things I like about the Nirvana is that you can stretch that topspin out and you can use that topspin like you use it on a rapier, but it only works if you're from one surface to another. You can't be on one of those big greens and stretch that out. The ball guide will tell you that it's going to stop at the hole, but it'll blow past the hole like it's a rocket. But if you're on the fairway and you're bouncing from one surface to the next surface, it's losing speed, and then the ball guide is correct. So that's one of the things about that Nirvana is you can use it like a rapier where you run that topspin out, but you can only do that if you're changing transitional surfaces. You're going from fairway to green and it works best if you're on the fairway, if you pull it all the way back to the fairway. So this is upper developed clubs versus, we've probably got similar clubs here. For those of you that are starting to get your clubs developed, the question all the time is that like, well, how developed could your clubs be and you still be playing rookie? If I had an APOC 8, I'd still be playing rookie. I'm not buying into that whole deal that the community puts out that, well, you have this club and you got to play this thing. I'll play wherever the heck I want to play. When you start paying me When those people that bitch like that start sending me a check for $800 a month so that I can buy packs so that I can compete at Masters, or when Playdemic starts paying us for Masters finishes, then I'll switch and I'll start going back to Masters. Until then, I'll play wherever I want to play. And you guys should play wherever you want to play. I think that's why I like my viewers, is because we're not putting all this crap on each other about where we should play. We're out here trying to have fun. Most people don't understand how the brackets work. And so the deal is that they're confused about the bracketing. Let's see where we can get that. Okay, I want to, the most that I can be is right in that area right there. And the side spin's more important than the top spin. So the most that I could be is like right here. So there's one. I'm going to put my white ring right in. I'm going to put my white ring right on the transitional surface there. I'm going to take the wind out. Put the forward distance back in. And try and see if I can catch that fairway up there. Just a bit. I needed to go out another ring from where I was. Because the deal there is if you go out too far, you can catch that fairway better, but you're on the same trajectory that Dunner was on. So there's a very small little window there. So maybe one ring out. So I was white ring on the transition between the fairway and the rough. And if I would have went out one more ring, because I was just a little bit to the left, I needed to be just a little bit more to the right. I played this the other day. I was playing Hammer and Hank. We were playing one-on-one, and we were out trying to catch some of these holes so that we could try out some different stuff on the holes that are in the tournament and take different looks at them. I came out here and I hit a max air hook shot and got behind the trees, and I had no shot. Just trying it out. You'll never know what you can do on these holes unless you come out here and you do stuff like this where you're playing against your friends or you're just playing against people and doing the thing. Just trying to have fun at it. Okay, where's my max club? There's max. There's mid. I'm going to try and do that rough bump. That is a narrow little rough bump right there, but I'm going to try it. And at this distance, I think it's in the 2.8, so that means it's like 5 per ring. So I'm not going to take it off of that rough. I'm going to pull it right to the transition. Getting one ring great to the left. Just bleeding it up there. At level 2, it doesn't have a lot of ball guide. And it's super inaccurate when it first starts out. It gets super accurate as it goes up. And there are times when you're up close in the sand that a Malibu would help or be a nice club to have. But overall, I would rather have that Spitfire in my bag for the distance if you're in one of those fairway bunkers or you find yourself in some trouble. It may not have what a Malibu's got, especially by the time you get a Spitfire, you've already got your Malibu up so that it's at a very usable level. It's just about distance. And I have one bag here, so I don't have a lot of options. I'm going to max backspin it. I'm going to get right up on that hole. I was dinking around here earlier. Get right up on it. And it's at pretty close to min club. It's about 1.7 per ring, so there'd be 3 That'd be 2-8. No, that'd be 3-4. It's about 4-4. Hitting it perfect. And just try and stick it up there. That's the thing about I'm unsure. Okay, I get it. I see a lot of people that have that are in a clan and they're the only person in the clan. And the opportunity to get promoted from beginner to rookie, if you're a grinder and you play a lot, you could probably get to the rookie one. And I think at rookie one, you get 2 bags at rookie one, maybe 2 bags at rookie one. And having a second bag at your disposal, if you're not grinding it out and you're not playing a lot and you're not picking up people in your clan and you're stuck with 1 bag, it's like the old days when you only had 1 bag. So whatever you got, it's nice having a second bag where you can have an accurate bag and you can have a distance bag. Having 3 bags is awesome because you can have an accurate bag, a distance bag, and a utility bag. And usually in my utility bag, I'll run that big top or big dog because there's a lot of stuff you can get done with that. But being in a clan that's got multiple bags is huge. And I know it's cool having your own clan and doing the thing, but being part of a clan and seeing how a clan works, and like our clan, we've gotten to the point where we've had to start up second clans, and we've asked members that are really active if they wanted to run another clan that's part of the group. And so seeing how it expands and learning how that stuff works and making some friends out there. With a Power 4 ball, you can get over here and you can get on in 1. I posted a video earlier today where I was up there. You can get on in 1. It's pretty flat down in here, so you can get up in that spot. 1-5. Let's get a little north. It's 2.0, 2.1 per ring, so it's about 3/4 of a ring. I'm going to lean a little bit to the left. Hitting it perfect. Trying to get out there into my minimum short iron range. It's easier if you bring a Kingmaker here because that extra power moves that red line on the second shot. So yes, you can get it done with the Quasar, and yes, you can get it done with the Katana, but if you bring out a Kingmaker, it pushes that red line on the second shot, and so you're more apt to be into your minimum or mid short iron instead of your max mid. And the way I play my short irons is my short iron is 75% more accurate at mid club, and it's 100% more accurate at minimum club. And so obviously it's better to be in minimum club where it's 2.2 per ring versus the 1.1. I have played my Hornet for 2 years where the numbers on my Hornet are 1.1, 1.9, 2.2, and I've had a lot of success with my Hornet. Obviously, you have to make great wind adjustments and you have to get that stuff right. So I'm still at min club. I'm going to take off 10%. But I've been working on trying to get it to level 9. And the deal is at level 9, it gets 100% accurate. And I'm almost afraid to do it. So it's 2.2 minus 10%. So that's going to be 4.7. So there's 4.4. That leaves me 3. So we're just a little over. See if I can hit this perfect. Oh, my timing sucks. I know better than to hit it on that time by. Should have let it level out a little bit more. I had plenty of time. I either like to snap it off on the first time by or I hit it on the second time. The first, second, or third time by, those are my favorites. And then if I don't, then it's just let it go by a few times and it'll get leveled off. And if you watch that ball guide, At least it seems like it to me. It'll go by 3, 4, 5 times, and then all of a sudden it'll get into a rhythm where it's actually going a little bit deeper, and then when it comes through and it kind of settles down a little bit. And so like on the sixth time by, it'll be in a nice rhythm. I have never been one of those players. I am a lot when I'm just playing one-on-one and I'm just chilling out, where I get into a super perfect rhythm when I can't hardly hit anything but perfect. But I'm either on or nice shot, or I'm off. I was playing Hammer and Hank the other day, and he was making me envious on how often he hits perfect. Actually, let's go out and clear some chests. Let's go out and clear some chests here, Dunner. Clear some chests. You got chests to clear. I've only got one. I'll help Kyle work on his clubs here. How much time we got in this video? Oh, we got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Plenty. I may switch over when I get done with this account. I may switch over and play with my 99 account and play it with some lower level clubs and see if we can get some of the Glen Monarch holes we're looking for with the lower level clubs. So I played with upper, kind of mid upper, and then go with some lower level clubs. Let's check Dunner's banners out. Fall Major, 3rd anniversary, and this is the Holiday Hills. In the touchdown tournament. So like in the last 5 or 6 tournaments here, 3 golds and a bronze. That's stout. I was looking at banners for my teammates, and my teammates have done really well. It's all the team. The whole team supports everybody else on the team, and the whole team wants everybody on the team to get banners, and we're really supportive of everybody getting banners. And so it's a team effort, and the team really deserves all the credit because they're all over sharing shots and helping each other out and doing stuff. And it really is a team effort to get those banners. But it's nice to see my teammates getting them. So, it's very encouraging, because once you get one, you understand what it takes to get one. It's easier to get that second one and that third one. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if we can end up not in the sand this time. And I'm laying it up short there because I want to hit on the right-hand side over here, not the left. I've been practicing on the left, but in this particular bag, I have a Guardian. So the Guardian is a better club coming in on the right-hand side. And so to keep this angle here so that I don't have to start off over here and then bring it around and do this, if you want to hit to the left, hit it way out there to the end, and it opens the left up even more. But if you're trying to hit it to the right, it's better not to pound it out there. I've had a pretty good stretch since the Pacific Cup. I had an epic fail in one of the tournaments and didn't even make the weekend round. I was totally out of it. Had a bunch of stuff going on and just was not focused in there. It wasn't that it was hard holes. I played those holes a billion times, and just for whatever reason, I was just brain dead. This is one of the reasons why I love Guardians, because you can do this kind of stuff with them. You can do those max overpower shots. And you know for a fact that it's going to stick up there because it's and I will tell you, that looks like it's close. Like, wow, that's close. I'm always like within these 4 squares right here. That's usually where I'm at on this hole. Is I'm always within those 4 squares. I think I've hit the Albie on this hole once or twice. There is a rough up you can do up underneath the trees that I think is dangerous as hell. That probably does give you a better shot at getting an Albie, but I don't normally get Albies on this. But I'm usually like super close. I'm within a square of the cup if you do that shot right there with the Guardian. I've been trying the shot on the left hand side just to see like whether like what my options are on the left hand side, or if the wind's really bad, or if you don't, you know. But it does take it. Kind of works better on the left hand side if you've got a bigger ball. The shot on the right hand side, you can do what Dunner was doing, where you try to do the bounce over, and you can do that with a Marlin. Close. Very close. Let's see if we can make this not get in the hole. Force a shootout so we can go see if we can get one of the shootouts that's going to be in the tournament. We want to practice those shootouts. I don't have the perfect club for it with the Guardian versus a sniper, but we can still get a good look at them. At least get a run at it. And there's several holes out here. Just trying to get some time and grade, just some practice on the hole, so that when you get out there, you're comfortable. Because we're gonna get that's the one thing in the tournament. You know, we get standardized wind where the wind's blowing. It's not necessarily the same speed from one person to the next, but it's blowing in a very similar direction. And so when you're out here one-on-one and you're playing these holes, you know, we may be getting a headwind on this hole. And so you can come out here and try out what your options are, or what kind of wind adjustment. I find that on some of the older holes, like if you're getting tailwind, you may just do a normal adjustment. And if you're getting side wind, you do a normal adjustment. But if you're getting headwind, you have to add on. And so whenever you get holes that we don't, yeah, you better switch that. You're in trouble. There you go. Good catch. A lot of people wouldn't have caught that it transitioned clubs there. That's one of the reasons right there that I know a lot of people play with a Goliath, and it's one of the reasons I'm so used to having some type of red line between my wood. So you can see how big the red line is here. So that when I get to the point where I'm trying to move out wind, I hit that red line in it. And with a Goliath, the red line is right there. And so the transition, I mean, you go 1 second you're in one club and the next second you're in the other club. Four one, about mid club. So there's 4-5, and I'm going to do a 10% wind adjustment. There's 4-5. Hitting it perfect. Close. No cigar. And you can see when I set that up, though, that the second bounce was where the second bounce was, that it was behind the cup, and the third bounce was the one right there at it, but it actually carried all the way to the point where the second bounce was right at the cup. All right, I'm going to do the, let's see. Now we got this freaking headwind. There's a max overpower hook shot you can do that end up over here. I have in the past, I think one time actually got that max overpower hook shot right, and I was in the fairway way up there in the front. But even if you're in the rough up there in front of those sand traps, you're on the green. And two, super easy. Isn't it perfect? See if you got the spin right. Looks good. Looks good. He'll really like that second shot. No more than 2.5 topspin. 4-1. Yeah, there's 4-2. I'm gonna do just a little. Max curl. Isn't it perfect? No more than 2.5 topspin, or you'll bleed off into that sand if you're using an extra mile. He's got a little bit of an advantage on me because he's got ball guide, and I have a little bit of an advantage on him because I have raw distance. So that level 10 sniper hits like 172, I think it's like 172, somewhere in that neighborhood. And that Guardian hits 170 something, 175, or I think when it gets to level 8, it hits 180. I think before that, it hits like 175, 176, somewhere in that neighborhood, 8, somewhere in there. It hits farther raw distance than the sniper, but it doesn't have the top spin. And I know from the last time I was here, and the last time before that, and the last time before that, is don't get greedy, damn it. That sand trap over there on the side that he's in is a freaking magnet. So I'm not going to try and get greedy here. I'm just going to try and stick it up there on the green. Hitting it one ring great to the left. Give myself the worst putt ever. Yeah, that's not too bad. If you're in the front on there, that's still not my idea of a great putt. There's a little hill right here. I'm almost to the top of it. But if you're back here in the back taking that putt, it blows because you can't get up there. It's one of those greens. This hole's been in the game for a long time. This isn't one of the originals, but it's been in the whole game for a long time when they were still making that stuff where you could be on a green and not make the putt. Like you didn't have any chance. Even a max overpower putt, you didn't have any chance. All the newer courses, I think, no matter where you're at on the green, there's always, even though it may be a max overpower shot, there's always a shot that you could get in. See if we can stick that in the hole. Ooh. Not quite. We're not getting the Glen Monarch holes that we're looking for, dang it. We want to get the big par 5 that's going to be hole number 9 in the St. Patrick's Day tournament. That's the one that we really want. Because that's the hole we want to get many shots in grade. We want to get lots of practice out there on that hole so that we can become comfortable with those shots. Especially the second shot. You end up in the right spot. And even if you don't end up in the right spot, I've been just chipping it to the spot that I really want to be in and going from there so that I can practice that max overpower hook shot so that when it comes time, tournament time, we know like what we can do and what we can't do and how to respond, and we have faith in that shot, because you do not want to be taking shots. Damn it. We keep getting the holes we don't want. I am going to try that max overpower hook shot again. So the last time I was out here, I was on the white ring transitional line between the rough and the fairway, and I'm going to move it out about a ring and a half, because I clipped the rough right in here and I needed to go out just a little bit farther so that I could engage that fairway. I don't think there's enough. I mean, like getting over to this fairway over there might be the best that I can achieve, but I think more than likely and there is a little teeny window that you could do where you could maybe get over in one. The way to get on in one is to bring a big power ball and come at it from the left-hand side, and you can get on in one, especially with that wind. But I don't think you can do it with a Titan. Maybe. In the fairway, that'll work. Yes, but that'll work. That might not have been the way you were looking to get it done, but that will work there, Dunner. I want to switch to a 3 power ball. The Titan. Man, that is so close. And that is narrow. And I hit it one ring great to the left. That might have thrown me off just to the point where it doesn't. Okay, it engaged. Good. I get over? Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. On the fringe. And I'll tell you, I would rather be on the fringe right there than on the green, because I don't like that putt. That works. So you have to have a tailwind, and you got to pull out a big 3 power ball, and you have a shot over there. The other thing I like about being over there is that there is a spot where you can get caught behind those trees. And if you have too big of a wind, you could overshoot it and end up back here behind in these trees. And I've been back there before too. But for the most part, if you miss it, you're just in the rough. But you could get caught up in these trees right here if you over curl that or you hit it too far great to the right. And you could be in a spot of bother. But typically, if you get over there and you don't make it on, you're just in the rough. So you still have a shot at it. But you do have a shot over there to get on in one. Let's see if the run out looks good here. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. And it's going to drop a little bit to the right. Isn't it perfect? In the hole. In the hole. That's the way to get it done on that hole. See if we're still getting chests. We are. I want to make sure we're still getting chests. And Dunner's rethinking about playing me. It's Kevin. I talked to Kevin for the very first time today. We were messaging each other, and I was like, okay, I'm going to type this much. I'm just going to call you. Oh, I wish I had a big topper. And I don't have a big topper here because I love doing the shot from over here. But I do have a Nirvana in this bag. And so even though I cannot get to where I want to get over there, I can get up on this hill. And I want to be like right in there. So there's one. We're down in this area, kind of like the transition between the water. See where the waves come out and the sand is dark and the sand's light? It's right at that transition. Take the wind out. And I'm going to end up in the rough. I didn't quite get all of it. I can't make that bend with the extra mile, but what I can get is I can get up and down with the Nirvana. So this is another one of those holes that, like, you're hitting some max overpower hook shot and you're going to end up in the rough with an extra mile. The way to go with that is with a big topper and a kingmaker, and the transition between the sand and the rough down there, instead of where the water is going out in the dark part of the sand and the light part of the sand, but where the transition is between the sand and the rough, that's the spot. White ring on that transition, and then take the wind out with a kingmaker. And this is gonna, now you need to go out further. Go out further. Go out further. So that'll be, it's going to end up, that's going to end up overshooting on the right hand side, and it's going to miss the green and end up in the drink, or that fairway area, and end up in the drink. Ooh, we just caught it. Excellent. Excellent. That's excellent. Fantastic. And I'll have to go around the trees from there, but that's good that it was there. With a big topper, you can get out into this area right here, and you have a serious long iron shot into the green. Very serious. And with the addition of the Grizzly, it is going to be super serious. Super. That's about 2 rings, a little over 2 rings. I'm taking out the side wind. Put some curl on it and a little bit of overpower to fight that wind. Hitting it perfect. And if it falls, if you can hit over the other side of that hill right there, it'll just fall onto the green and roll out onto the green. If you had any kind of tailwind right there, you actually, with that Nirvana, you actually have a pretty serious look at, if you come at it from the other side and you're going through the trees, it's a hard shot to, like getting the eagle is what you're looking for. You're not really looking at an albie. But if you're on this side right here, especially if you're up here in the front, which you can do with a big tapa, and it doesn't have to be a maxed out big level. It could be like a level 3 or a level 4 big topper, and you can get that done. Because I think at level 4, it really starts to shine. I think most of my teammates are getting it done with a level 4. The deal there is that I traditionally played this shot exactly like I played it right there, and I knew that I was going to end up in the rough. But I knew I could get on with my Nirvana, and my teammates didn't. Not all my teammates had a Nirvana, so I threw the challenge out, like, figure it out. Like, show me the shot, and then we'll work it out. And my teammate Mike was like, "Hey, I'm using the big topper and a kingmaker," and we really started trying to work that shot to come in. And the last time this was in a tournament, I think both of us hit an albie. I think a bunch of my teammates hit albies on this hole using the big topper. And so it changed the complexion of this hole from a, hey, get your eagle and clap your hands and jump up and down and go home, to, hey, we got a serious chance at albie here. And on a hole like this, that's huge, because if you can come on this hole and get an albie, there's only going to be maybe 1 or 2 other people in your entire bracket that got that accomplished. Maybe. I mean, you might be the only one in your bracket that got an albie on that hole. And so if you can change a par 5 like that, where you've got a shot at an albie, that's monstrous in a tournament. And that was good eagle efforts from both of us there, because that is not an easy hole to eagle. How much time we got on this video? 39 minutes. We got about 15 more minutes, at least one more hole. Dialing it up right at it. I just started doing this rough bump right here. Traditionally, if you got a guardian in your bag, you can go right at it. But I've been practicing this rough bump just to see like how it responds with the wind. It's pretty slim. You definitely want to hit it perfect. Let's see what kind of wind I get. Hitting it with the Guardian. I'm in mid club. So mid club is 1.5 per ring. I'm going to add on 20%. So that's going to be 672. That puts me at 4.2. And there is 3, 4, 5. So we're a little shy of 3 rings. Hitting it perfect. See if we can catch it. See if it catches it right dead center in the middle. It did. So that was a pretty good adjustment. Come up to the hole just a little short. Trying to remember those numbers works. We get a chest. We got a chest. We got time for one more hole. One more hole on this video. One more hole on a shootout. Glen Monarch Estates. This is not the hole we're looking for, but at least I have the club in here to do the max overpower hook shot. So this is another one of those holes. Every single time I get to it, I do the max overpower hook shot. You can lay it up over here. You can drive it all the way to the tip, but if you're going to drive it all the way to the tip, you need backspin clubs because it's super tough to come into it. There is a max overpower hook shot or there is actually a max curl shot you can do where you're trying to right it up over there. But the thing I don't like about that is it keeps you farther to the right when you get over to the other side, and it's really easy for it to drop off, and you either end up in the rough, or if you get the trajectory wrong, you end up in the water. And so if you get the max overpower hook shot right, usually what I want to do is I'm not even trying to get on the green. I'm trying to get right off and have a nice short chip. I played this in a tournament one time and I freaking tanked the first drive. Tanked it. And then you're stuck. You have to take it again. You have to take it again. You have no choice. At that point, and then I ended up getting it, and I saved my birdie by getting the eagle shot right. Oh, I brought a Titan instead of a katana. It works better with a katana. I'm lucky I got that in with the Titan. I'm lucky I got that in. That works. That's where I normally like to end up here. I don't like to do the one coming this way because it's too easy to drop off, or it's too easy to clip that rough. And once it clips that rough, it wants to fall off towards the water. Or if you get up there and you clip the rough originally, you're going to end up in the water. And this angle here blows, but this rough bump, this has got to be a super dangerous rough bump. It's got to be. This hole is, the way that the pin placement is on this hole is it's in a dangerous spot. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Ooh. Close. Nice shot. That was very well played. Very well played. Let's see if I can get it in the hole. From this distance, wind will play a factor. So I'm going to go on this side of the cup. And that should give me at least a perfect and possibly a great to the right. And we'll see if that great to the right will go in. We're going to test that theory. Just barely. He went on that side of the flagpole. A perfect would have went on the other side of the flagpole, and a great to the left would have missed completely. Good game. We have time for one more. We have time for one more. Let's exit and clear out some chests. Let's exit and clear out some chests. So I will catch you on the next one. I'm going to end this video right here. Thanks for watching. We're just trying to get some holes out here and get some, hopefully trying to get some of the Glen Monarch holes. And unfortunately, we're not getting as many as I would like. But we got some. So I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.